Hey everyone, I am here with your Sunday support for June 5th, 2016. So today is the suggested due date for your researched argument. Um, I've seen some great rough drafts, and I hope that you will take into account my feedback as well as your peers' feedback on your rough drafts as you finalize those final drafts. And I want to give you a heads up. There are 9 days left in our class. 9 days. So crazy. Um, so you definitely want to make sure that you have a plan for those last 9 days. So ideally, you are totally caught up, and you'll see that I front loaded the suggested due dates so that now you have plenty of time to work on your biggest and final project, which is the Arguing and Multimedia project. If you have not kept up with the due dates, then I highly recommend you do set up a daily plan for these next 9 days as you work to complete the requirements for this class. You can use Oats for this, or you can just use your calendar, but I do recommend that you have a look at exactly how much time everything will take you and when during your days you are going to be doing that work. So as I mentioned, the next and last project, your big project, is the Arguing and Multimedia project, and I have a few tips on how you might begin. So first, I suggest that you complete the discussion assignment, Republia Times. So Republia Times is actually a browser-based game in which you will arrange news articles in a newspaper for a despotic regime that's trying to control the propaganda. But basically what this exercise will do is teach you a little bit about combining both visual rhetoric, written rhetoric, and then on a meta level, how you can use multimedia, so like in this case visual and written rhetoric, to influence your audience, because you as participants in this game will be subject to the rhetoric of the game itself, and I think you'll recognize once you play the game that there is an argument with this game. It's making a persuasive claim. So playing that game and doing the Republia Times assignment will actually give you a sense of what it means to create a multimedia argument and what that might look like. Now, I'm not expecting any of you to write a video game in the next 9 days, although if you do, I will play it and I will be delighted. But do begin with that one, and then you can think about other ways that you might involve multimedia in your argument. And multimedia just means more than one kind of media, so multiple media or ways of communicating. So you might have like text and images to create an argument on a website, or you might involve the spoken word and action, like bodily communication, and make a video. It can be all kinds of different things, and I believe it's chapter 8. Yes, I want to say it's chapter 8. I did not write that down, but in our textbook provides a lot of suggestions about different ways, different types of multimedia arguments. So you can have a look at that for different options for this final project. However, before you actually begin the project, and after you've played Republia Times, I do recommend that you download the checklist. So there's a checklist rubric for the Arguing and Multimedia project, in which I've asked you to complete a lot of steps that will guide you through the process of getting from like what's a multimedia project to your final product. So if you have a look at that checklist ahead of time, you will have a much clearer sense of what you need to do in order to complete the project. Oh, and I wanted to make a couple of suggestions to you about choosing your topic. Ideally, think of this as a blend of our other two big compositions, which were the research paper and the visual rhetorical analysis. In this one, you also will be doing research on a topic. You don't have to do as much scholarly research for this one if you don't want to, although certainly incorporating scholarly sources will improve your own ethos as an author. But you're also going to be applying what you learned in your visual rhetorical analysis, in that in this position, you are the author. You are the person trying to use visual rhetoric to persuade your audience. So you're kind of on the other side of the mirror in this particular assignment. So you'll keep in mind what you did in your visual rhetorical analysis and what worked and what didn't work for those authors that you were looking at. Also, choose a topic that you care about or just feel strongly about. It's going to be a lot easier for you to pull this project together if it's something that you're interested in. You are welcome to continue the work that you began in your research argument, but you would have to create the equivalent of 2,000 words of new content. So it might be easier to start a new topic, just sort of depending on how much steam you have left. And that checklist will explain what I mean by 2,000 words of worth of composition. So that's in the checklist and in the instructions for this assignment. All right. That is everything. So I hope that you are all excited to finish this class and complete your multimedia projects. I'm very excited to see them, and I'm excited to see all your beautiful research arguments that you are turning into me today. And as always, if you have any questions, please do post them in the questions and answer forum in our discussions section of our Blackboard, and you can email me as well. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by.